Hello. Right now we're going to go into the secondary self-defense, set number 3. So Mr. Martin is going to attack me for number 1 with a reverse choke. I want to make sure that since he is choking me, I dig my chin in. I turn my head a little sideways so I can breathe. Once I've got that, I'm going to hook my leg behind his leg and turn it. So we're shoulder to shoulder. And from here, I bow. So this one is a very easy throw to do, especially if you do get in the situation where you are being choked. So Mr. Martin attacks me again. Most important thing, I dig my chin, I turn my head a little bit so I can breathe. If I need to, I can horse bite as well just to loosen him up. I take my leg, I step behind, so in that way he just trips over my leg as I bow. Okay, so that's number 1. Number 2 is also done off of that reverse choke, so Mr. Martin is going to grab me, clear the air, twist the head a little bit. This time I'm going to actually horse bite him so in that way I can get his arm up and get the reaction I want. As I do that, I walk to the back and I switch hands. I take my opposite hand, I'm going to grab, just like this. Okay, so I'm going to apply my own choke. I'm going to kick him in the knee so that way I can flatten him out. And then I'm going to go into what's called a north-south choke. So in this choke, his head is locked in between my shoulder and my forearm. And all I do is I squeeze until he taps. From this position again. So he is grabbing me. Now let's actually turn so that way get a different angle. So he's choking me. Want to clear the air. Horse bite. Bring it up. And I'm just going to turn this way because I'm going to get a different angle. So I grab him here. Apply my own choke. From here, technically, yeah, can I choke him out? I could, but I'm going to bring him down to the ground this time. And now from here, there's no chance of him getting up from this because I'm just going to apply my own choke until he taps. Okay, so that is number 2. The first 2 are off of a reverse choke. Number 3 is off of a front face choke. So he's going to attack me here. Again, still same thing. You want to make sure that you dig your chin in so you can breathe. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a groin strike or a strike down low, whichever I want, with my rich hand. I horse bite to bring the arm out, and if it's open, I can just go right for it, but if it's not open, I'm going to V-trigger to open up the hand. I take my hand, I'm going to bring it up, turn the fingers towards him, and then from there, you can see it here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take the fingers and his wrist and his hand, I'm just going to turn it like I'm turning a doorknob to the left, okay, or towards him. Okay, so you might get that reaction where they go down the ground. If so, that's just one of the reactions. If you want to bring him down to the ground, you just keep on twisting, and then just control him down to the ground if you need to. Okay, so again, so from that front face choke, we're here, clear the air, strike low, horse bite and bring the hand out, come up, turn. Once I've got here, I can apply with both hands if I need to, and I just crank until he taps. Yeah, there you go. Okay, now moving on to number 4. This is also known as the tangle throw. This can either be done from a grab, a strike, an attempted grab, whatever it is. I'm going to step to the side. So let's say he's throwing a punch. I want to step to the side, and I'm going to V-trigger. Okay, open up the hand. Once I've got that, I'm going to take my hand, I'm going to go by the thumb this time, and I'm going to turn him around this way, go underneath, and twist him around down to the ground. So what I'm doing is I'm moving him around my body so that way I can get him into a position to throw him. So let's say he's grabbing my shoulder, I just move the arm out of the way. If the hand is open, that's fine. If it's not, V-trigger. I take my hands, I reach by the thumb, I go underneath to here, and I bring him down. Okay, so that is number 4, the tangle throw. Number 5 is off of a jab cross. So he has his hands up in the guard. He's going to do a jab cross. I'm going to do 2 wall blocks. So he just jab cross, wall block, wall block. I'm going to do a jab cross hook punch on my own. I'm going to grab him. I do a knee strike 1. I can bring him around, or I can just leave him here. I'm going to bring him around for a second knee strike. Boom. Then once I've got him there, I'm going to grab his uniform or grab whatever he's wearing. I'm going to do a drop throw. So when I do my drop throw, I'm going to turn my body and I bring him over my body so that way he's either just going to fall flat to the ground, or if he's smart and he's able to do it, he can roll. So I'm going to turn my body, I'm going to do my drop throw, and he's going to roll. This is a very important exercise if you and your partner are doing it, and your opponent knows that they have to roll. Obviously, if you're doing this with somebody randomly on the street in a real self-defense, you don't expect them to roll, just bring them down to the ground. So one more time, so I have my hands up. He's going to come in with a jab cross, wall block, jab cross, hook of my own, grab, knee strike, grab, drop throw. And that is self-defense number 5. Moving into our last self-defense, number 6. This one is also off of a punch. He's going to do a hook punch. I'm going to come in simultaneous, block, and counter with the back fist to the bicep. So this bicep stun is meant to stun the arm, and if you do hit it hard enough, your opponent will be worrying about that arm for about 3 seconds. Once I've got this, I'm going to take advantage. I'm going to take that hand, I'm going to come up to the chin, I'm going to do an elbow, he's going to try to attack me again, I do a wall block to block, I trap, hammer fist to the bicep, hammer fist to the ribs, and then from here I can do whatever I want. I can either hit again, or I can just disengage and push away. So after you get to that last hammer fist, it's up to you whatever you want to do. Let's just do it one more time. So he comes in, I block and I counter. So I'm stopping the arm here, right around his wrist area, back fisting by the bicep. Take that hand, I come up, I do an elbow of my own, he attacks me. I do a wall block, I trap the arm, hammer fist, attack, or disengage. Okay, and those are the 6 self-defense in set number 3 for the second degree self-defense.